What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be finally, after so long, giving my spoiler thoughts, my initial thoughts for Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 1. I know the season's been out for almost a month now. I just wanted to give it some time. Wanted to watch it more than once. I have now watched the full season twice. And just wanted to let things simmer. And until I get my thoughts. Now, before I go into it, I know this season, or part one of this season, has been quite divisive. It's been quite a pulverizing first part to this big finale season, which is sad to hear because, I mean, this show has had like a perfect track record since it came out. I've never heard anybody even give a single complaint about this show until now. Now that season 6, part 1 has come out, it's kind of brought an uproar of Cobra Kai haters. I have been seeing nonstop memes, especially like the Get Out memes of just different clips from all the seasons of Cobra Kai. People just picking it apart, and this part's corny and that part's corny, and this is the corniest thing I've ever seen. And the Mr. Miyagi glazing meme has now become a thing, and it sucks to see because, yes, does the show have some cringy writing? Yes. Has some cringe dialogue? Yes. But overall, again, from season 1 to 5, it's had a perfect track record. It's been such a good and fun show, and there really hasn't been much to complain about. It is the perfect legacy sequel, and it's up there with the best legacy sequels, like Top Gun Maverick and, other things, etc. Like, it's fantastic. So, yeah, we're going to talk about the things that I like, talk about the things that I don't like. We're going to start off with the things I don't like. All right, starting off, a lot of characters in this first initial part kind of go backwards. We're back to Daniel and Johnny constantly fucking bickering and arguing, and it is so stale and so tiring. And it happens literally initially, like, the first parts of the episode. Like, it literally, the very beginning, you hear the kind of the tension already building with Daniel and Johnny. Johnny's in the car and he's already like, oh, if they want to learn karate from a car salesman, it's like, dude, we were just on fantastic terms at the end of last season. Why all of a sudden are you acting like a child? I know a lot of people are hating on Daniel this season, and I get it, man. This whole thing with, he is just so obsessed with Mr. Miyagi, and they literally call him the greatest human being on earth. It's like, all right, we get it. Mr. Miyagi was a great guy. He helped Daniel so much. He was so supportive. But, dude, you just got to hop off your high horse a little bit, Daniel. He's got so much smoke blown up his ass. And he just still thinks that Miyagi's way is the only way. And he's so stubborn. And he just won't cooperate. And this is why him and Johnny bump heads a lot. He just won't cooperate. That's lack of a better term. The word I'm kind of looking for is, I guess, I'm trying to think of the word. It's like he won't collaborate, I guess. He won't come to like a center point and just kind of agree with anything. He just wants it his way or the highway. He's kind of impossible to work with. So that's getting very annoying, especially because he kind of came out of that last season. But again, for some reason, we're going backwards this season with a lot of characters. The whole thing with the laxatives and the whole thing with Kenny in the woods and having to go to the bathroom, that whole thing was so stupid. That is probably one of the corniest things I've ever seen. I don't know what they were thinking. It was some Disney Channel style, Nickelodeon style writing, and it just wasn't cool. It was stupid. I looked at myself and I was just like, thinking to myself, what is going on here? He has to shit because somebody poured laxatives in his drink, and he's there banging on the door like, let me in, to the porta potty. It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, how old do you think we are? Like, I don't know if there's anybody like under the age of 15 watching this show. So some of the writing is getting very corny. Yeah. Another instance of that is when Kreese is tasked to go inside of the cave and grab the knife that is guarded by the white Cobra. That was... I get it, this show is trying to keep things fresh and interesting and different, and, you know, more expansive and exciting than ever, but it's just getting a little silly. Now, for a lot of people, they've been saying, oh, it started to get silly after season 2. I don't understand what people are saying. It's really starting to get silly now. I understand people have their qualms and their problems with the whole Kreese flashbacks in season 3, where he's in Vietnam, and you could tell it was a set, and it just looked cheap. I get it, but this is just ridiculous. And this guy's master, who's like had to be at least 90 something years old now, is still alive, like after like fucking 30 years, when he was already like in his 60s back then. It's like, dude, come on, there's no way that dude's alive. And he's fully functional and stuff. It's just a little weird. I also think this season really rushes into the Sekai Taikai, which it kind of plays along with another one of my problems. I feel like we spend so much time this season training, but that kind of contradicts itself, because I feel like we also rushed into the Sekai Taikai. It's weird. So I'm assuming the Sekai Taikai is going to take place in part 2. And then I guess part 3 is just going to be a whole epilogue. I feel like it shouldn't have been done that way. I feel like we should have just had part 3 be all the Sekai Taikai stuff. But yeah, we'll find out what their plan is. But yeah, I just felt like they rushed into the tournament. It's like they did 5 episodes of training, and all of a sudden we're there, and in the end. So wasn't too big on that. And aside from that, that's pretty much really where it ends with my complaints about this season. Not really too many other big issues. Now we're going to move on to the things that I really liked. Number 1, Robbie. Robbie finally got his dub. I pray he wins the Sekai Taikai. I hear all you Miguel haters, all you Miguel Glazers, I should say, all you Robbie haters. Every time I see anybody post anything about Robbie, all the comments is, it started with Miguel, it ends with Miguel. It started with Miguel, it ends with Miguel. He's going to win the Sekai Taikai. He's going to win. And it's just so funny, because y'all really thought he was going to win, and he lost to Robbie. All this time, you Miguel Glazers thought that he was better than Robbie, and he's not. He's not. Robbie is better. Robbie's always been better. Robbie's better. Having said that, I do think, I know the writers, I think they're going to have something up their sleeve. I have some sort of feeling that after the Sekai Taikai, they're going to have a rematch, like a friendly rematch, kind of like Rocky vs. Creed. And we're either not going to know who wins, or they're going to have Miguel win, because he's their fucking golden boy. They for some reason, I guess they just really gravitate towards Miguel. Everybody does, seems to. I don't understand why. I guess it's just because he's like the first character, or like the first kid we met, and you know, we kind of rolled with him for the entirety of season 1. But people just don't understand is, as the show's going on, he's not really the main character anymore. Like, he is, but he's not. Like, you know, like if you look at the posters, Robbie and Miguel are always right there side by side. I mean, look at the season 6 poster, for Christ's sakes. They're both right there. It's not like, oh, Miguel's front and center, Robbie's back here. It's like they're both there. And Johnny and Daniel are big up at the top. It's like, they're kind of signifying that he's not really the main character anymore. But anyway, that's petty stuff. Moving on from that, I really like the growth between Tori and Sam. Those two were such a highlight this season, especially Sam. Especially Tori too. They seem like the only characters that are actually doing some growing. You know, tensions were rising again. They were about to have another fight, and Sam just takes it and apologizes, and so does Tori. And they have a really nice emotional scene out front of Devin's house. They hug, they make up, they become friends, fully friends now, and the beef is over between them two. Another thing with Tori, I mean, Jesus, Peyton List's acting in the part where her mother dies was so good. I love that whole sequence. It felt a little because just for the fact, not the acting part, but it just felt strange because we still have never met Tori's mother. We've heard about her, we know she was in bad health, but we never really met her, so there wasn't that emotional impact as much as there would have been if we met her. But I get it, it's not her story, it's about Tori's mental and emotional reaction to her. So, I get that. I really also am digging this, the time we are getting to spend with Kwon and Kreese, and Kim Da-eun in Korea. I think that fight scene with Kwon was fantastically done. It was great. Really dug that. I love that they brought Sean Payne back for the first episode. Hopefully he comes back before the show ends. You know, I like how they go to college and visit Kyler and everything's all good now. It's like we're just tying up the loose ends from the previous seasons. Like, I don't think we'll ever see Kyler again. I think that was it. I think that's like his final send-off, his goodbyes, or he had his little redemption at the end, and I like that. I know a lot of people hate this. I do like the fact that Tori went back to Kreese at the end. She just doesn't feel right at Miyagi, though, for me. She is just a bad guy at heart. She just is. And I'm sure some way they'll find a way to, bring her back or something. I think just season 1, I think, was kind of destined to be a rough point. Or it's not season 1, sorry, part 1. Just because it doesn't really have anything big going on. There's nothing to work itself to yet. We're really just building up to parts 2 and 3, which are the big parts that we're going to want to see. I guarantee you part 2 is going to blow part 1 out of the water. I guarantee it. So this season was just kind of a building season, a kind of a bridge to get to where we really need to go, which is understandable. I hear certain people saying these are the worst batch of episodes. Sean Chandler said that. I disagree with him completely. These are not the worst batch of episodes, dude. I would take these 5 episodes still over the entirety of the first season, the second season, and arguably the 4th season, including all the bickering and all. Because while there is some bad stuff, the good stuff just so far outweighs the good stuff of those seasons, in my opinion. Just seeing everybody together, fully come full circle, it just feels earned and fantastic. People are saying, oh, it's overstayed its welcome. I kind of see it. I do. But I think with the right writing, it can feel perfect. So, again, I don't know if I can really agree with that. But overall, I do enjoy part 1. I really do like it. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5 out of 10 right now. Maybe an 8 if I'm feeling really good. But yeah, not bad by any means. The quality, the bar is still so high. People just want to hate. People just, they do. People just like to hate. Brutally, I like to hate. I hate on a lot of things. There's tons of things I don't like. I don't want to see succeed, even though everybody else does. It's just how it is. People like to hate. We just do. But yeah, that is my review of Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 1. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. Share your opinions. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.